Yes. All right. Thank you very much for staying with us once again and joining us on this channel. Yeah, there is a WhatsApp group for Sports 7GH fans. All my wonderful, fantastic fans who have been watching me across the world, around the world, do want to join our WhatsApp group. We talk about everything sports, everything football, Arsenal, Man United, Barca, Real Madrid, foreign football, local football, Blackstars, Ghana, everything. Join me. Go to the notification description section. There's a link there. Join through that link, or you can message me on WhatsApp and I'll add you to that particular group over there. Now, in this video, we are going to look at some positives and negatives of Chris Hughton's first 2 games as Blackstars coach. Yes, Coach Chris Hughton played his first 2 games as a new Blackstars coach, and from those 2 games, from those 2 encounters versus Angola, yes, one at home, one away, we are going to look at some positives and negatives. In fact, the positives are more than the negatives. Yes, maybe twice the negative is the positives. Okay, yeah, twice the negatives are the positives. So that's it. Please do well to subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit the notification bell and select all. Leave your thoughts and comments below in the comment section if you have any. It's always a pleasure to have you join us. Now, the first positive we are going to talk about is that he went unbeaten. Yes, he didn't lose a game. Okay, yes, he went unbeaten in those 2 games, and it's very important to start your campaign as a new coach for any team without an unbeaten one, and especially when in the first home game it was a very difficult, but yet he got the 3 points and got a win. It tells you that indeed it's a positive one to note from Coach Chris Hughton's tenure as the Blackstars coach. Now, the second point of the positives, or the second positive we saw from the game, is that he proved we can actually play without Kudus, Partey, Andre Ayew, and the likes. You get a point. Look, Ghana Blackstars, I'm not sure in recent time there's been a game that we played without these 3 players. But in the second leg versus Angola, we actually played without these 3 players at a point in time. You know, Kudus started, but he had a balls to substitute Kudus out of the game. And when Kudus came out of the game, we were without Kudus, we were without Partey, we were without Andre Ayew, who pulled out from the second leg. You get a point. And that tells you that indeed, even though he's a very fresh coach, but he's building a very strong squad, a very quality squad that we can rest upon any of the players when they are called upon. And it was clear that even when all these players were not partaking, we were able to score 1 goal versus Angola away. Yes, and draw that particular game, which was a vital 1 point for the senior national team, the Blackstars. So it's a huge positive. And even something more to buttress this positive is the fact that the likes of Daniel Kofitre, Baba Idrisu, Elisha Owusu, and a host of other quality players were not even part of this squad that Chris Hughton used to play those 2-legged games. And that tells you that indeed the senior national team, the Blackstars, has a lot of quality players that we can always rest upon them over there. Now, let's look at the third positive. The third positive we saw from Chris Hughton's game is that his communication is on point, takes responsibility for his decisions. Andre Ayew benched, Thomas Partey benched. Now, when he benched Andre Ayew in the first leg, it raised a lot of conversations, a lot of communication. Why would the captain of the side, the main captain of the side, be benched in such a crucial game at home, not even at away or at home? But when he went to the post-match and he was asked, he actually said that, look, it was my decision to bench him. Yes, it was my choice. No running away from the decision, no coming to say that, oh, he was sick, I wanted to, He said, it was my choice. I'm the head coach. I'm the head coach. I make the decisions, and I have made the decision that Andre Ayew will be benched. When Thomas Partey was benched too, he again took the responsibility, and that is also an attribute of a very good coach. A coach who always takes responsibilities, not always blaming people, not blaming others for the decisions he takes, and that is very, very important. And the way he answers questions, the way he talks to the media, so on point, so brilliant. And I'm sure if he goes like that, in the past we had a lot of Blackstars coaches coming and they get grudges with the media. But if Chris Hughton is going like this, he's obviously not going to get any grudge with the media, and then he's going to rally all the media men and the whole of Ghanaians to support him and to be behind him, and then achieve glories for Ghana. And that is very important in any job, especially in a public job like the head coach of the Blackstars. The communication of the head coach is extremely important, and that is one thing we saw with Chris Hughton over there. Now, the fourth point is that his changes were on point. A good coach knows when and where and which changes to make. So a good coach knows when and which player changes he has to make, and that is what Chris Hughton is all about. Against Angola at home, he made changes. The changes came on and gave us that particular brilliant goal over there through Antoine Semenyo. In the return leg too, he made changes. The changes came on, brought us that brilliant goal through Osman Bukari. He has shown that in these two games that, look, he's brilliant in terms of his changes. And that one important aspect of making changes is when you make the changes. You can make the right changes, but at the wrong time. And that will not have any effect on the game, any effect on your team. And he makes his changes very early and on time. Whether from the 60th mark now, he starts thinking about the changes, and he always makes the right changes. When you talk about the second leg versus Angola, his changes actually combined to give us those goals. The assist and then the goal, where all of them came from the changes Chris Hughton made, and that is a great sign and a positive sign of a very good coach who will help the senior national team, the Blackstars. The last positive is that we didn't concede from open play, and that is very important. I'm sure a lot of you will be, but it is a very important point, because look, this is the Blackstars that has been conceding from the last AFCON through to the World Cup qualifiers, through to the World Cup itself, and up to now. We've been conceding throughout. You hear the point? We can concede 3 in a game, 2 in a game, and all of that. So if Coach Chris Hughton, just his first time with the players, just some 2 days working with them, and he's able to have a very solid defensive formation that ensure that we did not concede from open play, then indeed it means that he is doing really well with the Blackstars, and that is a very huge positive for the Blackstars over there. Now, let's look at the negatives. Just 3 negatives. Yes, 3. The first one is that we didn't see the best from Kudus Mohammed. We hope he works on that. Yes, and that's true. We didn't see Kudus Mohammed doing so well under him in those 2 games. Kudus Mohammed was virtually out of the game. And the reason why he has to work on Kudus is that we have seen that at Ajax, he's more or less their best player. He's more or less the player they will always count on. So we cannot have Ajax get all the sweetness from Kudus, and when he comes to the Blackstars, we don't see that. We have to see Kudus Mohammed performing for the Blackstars and performing for our national team. And that is very important, and that is why I think that it was somewhat a negative, and so Chris Hughton should work on that. Yes, the second negative is what? The second negative, low scoring still continued. Yes, we were not scoring goals, and it still continued. The strikers are not really scoring. Yes, Antoine Semenyo scored, but low scoring. Just 2 games, 2 goals. Somebody will say it's not so bad of a scoring record, but then we expected a lot more goals from the Blasters, especially if you look at the chances we missed. Clearly, it tells you that the team, there is low scoring in the Blackstars team, and we have to work on that and ensure that everything will be fine with the senior national team, the Blackstars. The third one is that we are reactive instead of proactive. That is the last point. We are reactive instead of proactive. Now, we always wait and then react with our changes instead of being proactive. This point, I'll say, you can meet a very good team, and then you make the right changes at the right time, and you will still not get the results you want from the game, because the team is a very good. In fact, maybe before you make your changes, the team would have finished you with maybe 3 goals or 4 goals. Your changes do not come and do anything. That is the reason why we don't have to be always reactive, and then second half you will make the right changes and we will get the right results. It's not like that. Sometimes you have to start with the right thing. So we have to be proactive instead of being reactive. Start with the right lineup, start with the right players, start with the right tactics, start with the right game plan, and don't wait till the second half to ensure that you are going to change something. Not at all. You get the point. Let us work hard for the senior national team, the Blackstars, and we are very sure, we are very certain that the Blackstars will start winning us trophies in some few years to come. Thank you very much for staying with us. Please do well to subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit the notification bell, and select or leave your thoughts and comments below in the comment section if you have any. It's always a pleasure to have you join us. Definitely, I'll see you in the next update. Bye-bye.